Hello, everybody. Welcome to State of the Alley, where we're trying to figure out how this podcast thing works. And both James is just not at that. That's wonderful.
We are one. We are many.
I have to get the other Ben in here for this. I just realized that.
Oh, there's two
There's
bands?
two Bens.
Oh.
Yeah. So essentially, this podcast format's just us talking about what we got going on, how the weeks went, and what we're looking at doing this weekend, and just hanging out. Last week we talked about, we went from being like, yeah, we do games, to talking about the concept of professional gaming,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're back. Yeah,
James Steele.
back with us.
Running some games. Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got going on.
Yeah.
I'm James Archer and
Resident Ginger.
Resident Ginger. Yep, that's right. Everybody needs one. But now I do the trading card game side of things.
Mm-hmm.
We just launched a new channel on YouTube a few days ago called Name of the Game. We're covering all different types of trading card games. So that's that's definitely one of the biggest things we've got going on for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's growing. Have you seen some of the responses we've got on the YouTube channel?
I've not been keeping up with the YouTube side of it as
Mhm.
much as, but like on Facebook, I've been watching it and seeing how the numbers are looking on it.
Yeah, I seen a Coop shared.
Yeah,
One
I
of the
saw
videos.
that.
Shout out to Mike Coop. Thank you for that, dude.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, because you got a lot of attention on the channel. I saw that. Saw some comments that people made. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw a few, but I
You
haven't checked.
sure?
I haven't checked it in a couple days, so I don't know.
Okay, because I know one said they liked the part where you open the packs.
Yeah, I saw all those. I saw all those. The first comments were like Kent was commenting on there. And
Yeah.
yeah, but
Did
you see that?
resident hand model? No.
You didn't
I
see
wish I
that?
had.
Oh yeah, Resident Hammer. That's a good
oh,
one.
hey, that is good.
Good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing my cuticles.
Right.
gotta make me.
I gotta
stop
figure out
biting
what
my fingernails.
I gotta figure out what cuticles are, so I can.
That way, when you start playing cards, now you have to be just very careful and just
Mhm.
play the card and just gently lay it out there.
Yep.
You can put little advertisers on your nails, like paint the little.
There you go. Oh, we can get a sponsor for some hand lotion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just set it next to the pack.
Oh, it's gonna be huge.
We'll get you like a sponsorship for like hand creams and stuff like that.
Jeez.
We're just gonna pivot the entire company.
It's like
Yeah.
no, it's going to be name of the game, sponsored by L'Oreal.
Yeah.
You thought we were a gaming company.
Just saying. But yeah, so the TCG stuff's going pretty well. They want to know whoever was running our social on Artifice Rally wanted to know if you were single.
Oh, is that true?
No, it literally says is the ginger guy single, and it says at Artifice Rally.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was somebody trolling.
It was actually nobody at this table. I know who it was. So,
But it's still a troll.
well, no, it's a question. I mean, people want to know apparently.
Yeah. Information
Oh,
is power.
Apparently, yeah.
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 Right. So, but no, the TCG stuff's going well, and
Yeah.
which is pretty good for only having like we've done 2 box openings. And
Yeah, we haven't created a lot of content for it yet, but we have several projects in the works.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing some Magic the Gathering pretty soon, and I think we're going to want to cover Flesh and Blood and One Piece and some other different type games.
Yeah, we tried Marvel Champions. You guys tried Marvel Champions yesterday.
Yeah, we played Marvel Champions yesterday for the first time. That was fun as shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, Deadpool is overpowered.
The game has a natural power creep,
Yeah.
and so like it was good. I was telling Jamie about it that like
The card that allows
the
you
bomb?
to go.
No, we talked about the bomb.
Oh no, yeah, the bomb. Yeah.
The bomb
Killed everybody.
It killed. Not only did it kill the villain, but it killed. I was playing Gambit, so it killed Remy LeBeau. It almost killed wolverine, which is hard to do, but we beat the villain,
And it did kill me, but my character just regenerated.
which was funny.
Which is awesome, bro. Like, how many times I died during that game? 3 times?
3 or 4
He
times.
comes back
Dead,
every
yeah,
time.
dude. And no, one of the cards is called Arm to the Teeth, and the card literally reads,
busted.
when it comes into play, search your collection.
Yeah, not your deck, your whole collection.
Your collection for a weapons card and put it under arm to the teeth. And so you can actually exhaust it, tap it, rest it, all the trademark stuff, to swap the weapon and arm to the teeth with like your other weapon, which is normally your katana.
Sure, yeah.
So he got Agent Venom's multi-gun.
Nice.
Like,
Yeah, bro. And then
Dude.
put the katana out, swapped them. Well, no, first
No,
I used the katana to deal damage. Then I swapped them out, and then used the multi-gun to deal damage.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So this is what he did. He used at one like near the end of the game. He multi-gunned for 2, then attacked for 2, then swapped the weapons. Used the katana, and the katana deals 1 damage to you, but 2 to the enemy.
Okay.
Killed himself, which flipped him back to his alter ego.
Yep.
And was like, yeah, I did 6 damage. Whose turn is it next?
Yep. And I ended the game by playing. I don't remember the name of the bomb.
The bomb. Yeah.
It cost 6 to get it out. So I literally dumped my entire hand and was just like dealt the last 10.
It was 16 points of damage.
Yeah, it was 16 altogether. But it dealt it to the enemy
and all heroes at the table.
Yeah.
So
we won.
yeah.
I just had
For the
to
greater
kill
good.
the whole field.
Yeah,
And,
just-
You know.
and what's great is that the Deadpool deck has its own aspect called pool, and you can pull it and put it with the other heroes.
Yeah. But I thought it was very Deadpool like, just to sacrifice the team for the win.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was great getting to see the Deadpool deck finally. I've been waiting on putting together the Gambit aggression deck list for like a year, and we got John brought his whole collection in, and it was good to have it back at the table. It was fun. It was good seeing John again.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I met him. He's a great guy.
Dude, he's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, John, for bringing that. Let us play. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude. Like it was great. We had a good time. So you're checking out more living card games now. John got into Flesh and Blood. He brought a bunch of Blitz decks. Marvel Champions took too long, so we didn't get to dump into
Fair
Flesh and Blood too much.
Right.
But it's on the list.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's on the list for
so
sure.
yeah, dude. That's awesome, dude. So we're looking at Flesh and Blood. We're still like you did a box break for Yu-Gi-Oh. That was kind of
Yeah, I don't think that box had as much value in it as really what the box is worth.
right.
But it has been a few weeks since that set came out, so things are dipping a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, the more product that's being pulled, the lower the prices are going to go. That's just natural.
Right.
But
Which I get.
Yeah.
It's plus their boxes have never been profitable that
yeah,
I know of. I mean, I could be completely uninformed.
yeah,
It
I'm
would be the
not
first
sure
time.
either. I'm not
but-
a Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Right. Did you ever play Yu-Gi-Oh?
I never played Yu-Gi-Oh. I collected Yu-Gi-Oh. That was my. I didn't play card games when I was young. I collected Pokemon cards. I collected Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my cousin would try to play without. We were young. We didn't understand what was happening, so we never really got a successful game going. Or it's like how a lot of people end up playing Monopoly with house rules or whatever. But I like the art, and I noticed that Yu-Gi-Oh is always available. Like you could find Yu-Gi-Oh, especially like when the Pokemon crisis where you couldn't find product. You could find Yu-Gi-Oh. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, that was.
I like it's out there
Yeah.
in the streets.
Reminds me,
doing
like
this thing.
I asked you about that.
Mhm.
Did you ever hear about Magi Nation Duel?
No.
It was in the early 2000s. I talked to you about this.
Mhm.
When Wizards of the Coast got the license to print both the Pokemon cards, Pokemon TCG, and they did their own Magic, they created an IP to be in between
Okay.
for everything. It's kind of be a bridge from kids to the more
Sure.
teen to adults. And Magi Nation Duel was the intellectual property they developed. It bombed, of course. A Canadian animation company bought the IP plus the trading card rights, and never released the trading card rights itself. They didn't have the money for it, but they released an animation of it in 2007. It's a horrible cartoon. I love it because I love bad TV. I can't help it.
Your
So
favorite show's the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I said bad TV. Stuff that you've never heard of. Slug Terra, for example. Anyway, the point of the story is that a card shop out in, I think it's Utah, somehow got a hold of the company that has the intellectual property rights, and is like the Kickstarter went live today to begin crowdfunding to release the unreleased set 3 of Magi Nation Duel. The set that they had play tested, had everything together, that never released, called I think it's called Trader's Reach.
Yeah.
And they even got a hold of the original artist to do some original promo, like to do promos in the same art style. The main character was called Tony Jones, and they actually did a card called Tony Returned, where he's aged 20 years and they're returning to the Moonlands.
Nice.
And but before the Kickstarter went live, they had reached their first stretch goal.
That's cool.
And so, and the story behind it apparently is that this game store owner, the owner of the game store passed away, and he left the shop to his friend.
Mhm.
This is what I've gathered from the website. And these people still play Magi Nation Duel, the original cards, the original sets. They still have everything tucked away. And an original set of these cards just sold on eBay for like $5,000.
Oh wow.
And so, they're very like limited quantity, 2-set run, like the course, like the Awakening set and the core set was all that came out, and a couple and the trial decks. And so we're still playing this game, and as a like to honor their friend that died, and that this game has kept them all bonded and playing all these years, they just somehow pursued the IP, found it, and the company's called like 2L LLC, something like that. But they let's see if I can find them. But yeah, like the Kickstarter went live. It's doing well. They're releasing all. I don't know if it's reprints of the decks, but they're releasing decks for every single like nation realm in the Moonlands, and it's like it's part of the stretch goals is for all the other different decks, and they're getting there. Like I've seen some people say that Kickstarter looks a little confusing, but everything's going like they're doing well apparently.
That's gonna be something we need to check out.
Like it's one of those games that I was like I always wanted to try it. Like they released a Game Boy Color game of it, and there's also rumors of a Game Boy Advance game, but yeah, the IP is somehow getting like a grassroots revival 20-some years later, and you know as well as I do that right now TCGs are, they're hot. Like
They're in an interesting place. As far as like, let's see what you got to say first. You might be able to say it better than I.
I was going to say with innovations of the online platforms, a lot of these card games are being played online and not in person, and I think that makes the TCG world. I don't know, like it takes the player out of the experience a little bit, and I don't think that TCGs are as popular now as they were 5 years ago.
I like that they're accessible again. Now, don't get me wrong. The prices are still, everything right now is the prices is confusing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know one of the biggest hurdles when I played Magic and I was playing it competitively was finding the cards and then being able to afford the cards, especially when you're younger, and I like that that's changed a little bit in the positive. At least what I was seeing, it looks like Pokemon has become a little more sort of reasonable. Of course, there's a bubble there. But I like that you can go to Walmart. And now this is as somebody who doesn't play in any TCG, so I don't know about set relevance or rotation or whatever. But I know you can go to Walmart and find Pokemon cards again. Right. And I like seeing that, even though I'm not involved in it. Maybe the market sort of worked itself out, or the bubbles popped, or supplies met demand, or whatever it is. But
So you don't play Magic anymore at all?
I don't play anything. I sold all my Magic stuff. I guess it's been 2 or 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and even my EDH decks, my Commander decks, got rid of the old and the new stuff, and I just
Oh wow.
never looked back. But I've got a 5-year-old now, so
So that's it.
yeah,
I
thing
understand.
some priorities shifted around.
Well, I got a 5-year-old too, and pretty much right around the time she was born, I stopped playing. You know, and of course, I'm still involved with it a little bit here and there, but I'm not playing competitively. I really don't even play casually. I just try to keep up with it as much as I can.
Occasionally, I'll jump on Arena and do
Yeah.
a draft or something because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't need to know all the spoilers to have a successful.
Exactly.
You just read the card and then
Yeah.
try to understand the new rule changes without having spent hours poring over it like I used to
Yeah.
when a new set would come out.
Yeah, that's what I did a few weeks ago. I revived an old arena account that I had, and I just went and I put together a pretty budget standard deck.
Yeah.
That pretty quick. Instead of the Boros Convoke deck, right? You can get like 5 creatures out by turn 2. It's retarded, but just stay plugged in. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
I'm ashamed to admit I opened up a MTGO account.
An arena account?
No, an online account.
Oh, like
Online constructed account.
Magic Online?
Yeah.
I miss Magic Online, honestly.
My record is 0-1 because I'm using the boot camp on my MacBook to try it. And I joined one match and I couldn't get it to work. Couldn't actually play a card. I was like, why ain't you working? So I had to the button that said concede worked.
Yeah.
Hit that. Yeah, I was like,
I
I'm
like
0-1.
I like that they have so many more formats on there.
Yeah,
Like you can literally cube draft on Magic Online.
I know.
Like how awesome is that?
Yeah,
what I
dude.
mean? Like of course that's my favorite format anyways, cube. But like we were saying earlier about the prices been fluctuating with TCGs. Like the way I see Magic going right now is they are catering to people who just want like the cool versions of the older good cards.
Sure.
And
So like reprints is what.
yeah, that's kind of what they're focusing on. Instead of just making great sets and great new cards, a lot of it is just here's a like the secret layer, the whole secret layer thing. It's kind of a cash grab. Kind of think about it, and
Yeah, I mean it's brutal, and I feel like they really. I got a bad feeling that it was sort of they knew it wasn't ideal, but it was almost they were doing it out of necessity. It just didn't feel like a nurtured, tested. When I got out, it was around the time that Gilded Goose and the Cat Oven combo was in standard really heavy.
Yeah.
And I was winning and miserable. Like I was my win percentage was great. The deck was doing what it was supposed to do. I was beating my opponents,
but it wasn't.
But
fun
it felt just lame. And then I started homebrewing, and then I started taking my homebrew decks and started getting absolutely demolished because it wasn't the 4 accepted decks in standard that can actually compete. And then they start printing cards and then turning around and banning them immediately. I don't know how that's gone. I haven't been paying attention to the last couple expansions.
You don't hear much about standard anymore. Hardly at all.
Not really.
Most of the
It's
people
it's
I know are playing Commander, and
Commander,
Cube,
Cube, or Modern.
Yeah, well, and Modern's huge. Speaking of Modern, Ben already knows where I'm going with this because I talked to him about it yesterday.
Yeah.
But I want to get your opinion on this.
Okay.
So, Modern Horizons 3 comes out in June.
Okay.
Obviously, this set is catered to the Modern format.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Please explain to me why they're coming out with 4 pre-constructed Modern Horizon 3 Commander decks. Tell me how that makes sense. Like in the majority of Commander decks, isn't Command Tower a card in majority of Commander decks?
Sure.
Can't be played Modern.
Yeah.
Isn't Sol Ring usually a card that they can't be played Modern? Why did they decide to do this?
Well, I mean, they print cardboard and charge a lot of money for
Yeah,
it.
they print cardboard cash. That's what it is.
And then it doesn't really matter if things get a little confusing.
Speaking of cardboard cash, did you guys hear about the altered TCG they're working on?
Is that the one where they basically print on demand the TCG?
Yeah, like
Yeah, you were telling me about it a little
we
bit.
talked about that. Like I saw a posting for it on my feed back around November, December, and then Kent shared it with us. Shout out Rune Intergeekdom. Sorry. He said, take a look at this. We took another look at it. The cards, they're not NFTs, but they're pretty damn close. They have QR codes printed on the cards.
Okay.
So when you get the cards, you crack the pack, get the cards. First thing you do is open your Alter TCG app,
Sure.
capture the digital asset of that card,
Okay. That's
and then you
cool.
can trade the digital asset.
All right. I like that. I like it, but I'm a big Digimon fan, so maybe that's what's happening.
So I don't know if there is a digital format to play online in the app or anything like that, but I do know that say I trade you a card like a very good card, you could take what I traded you and use the app to print on demand copies of that card.
Ah.
So you're like, I want my playset of this to play the paper copy.
Okay.
So not only are you able to get, if you can just trade online digitally, it literally cuts out your friendly local game store.
Yeah.
It cuts out everything, and they run the entire process. They literally run it all themselves. So my question is, how do they plan to allow people to access the product and play tournaments competitively if part of the model is the print on demand?
That
just
could be
doesn't
part of their model at
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
and then that kind of slowly fades out once booster packs are introduced more. Possibly, I don't know.
Well, in order to get that though, you have to get the booster packs. You have to buy the booster packs to get the card
To get the digital,
the digital copy.
Is that the only way to get the digital copy?
Yes,
So are
you
the
have to
QR
scan it from the card.
the QR codes like are they specific not only to, is it like a card ID or is it like, okay, so
It's
you've
the specific card ID.
okay, you've got Charmander, right?
Yeah.
But then they've printed Charmander 1,000 times.
Yes.
Is it like this Charmander can exist digitally one time because this QR code is for this card ID, or is it like so basically, could you take a card and just be like, "Here, buddy, scan it in your phone, but I'm going to keep the card."
Yeah.
You
like,
could.
How does that work?
Well, here's the thing. But you keep the card, then I got cool. Yeah, I'll take an ID, no problem. Go ahead and print me 4 copies. Put it on the trade board.
I think what he's saying
Yeah.
is like, can you scan that code more than once? Like
No.
can I scan it?
Nope, because
And
if
have
I
it.
because
It's
if
on
I
the same
scanned it,
card.
I own the digital.
Sure.
I own that card.
I'd have to, yeah. I can't wrap my mind around it right now. I
It's
need to
weird.
think about it
It's weird. Like
because
it's
there's something I'm missing here.
because now imagine being a game store owner and like having to put this product in your case to sell singles because singles is where your money's at, but then having to make sure you cover up the QR code so customers ain't going up there and just going,
Yeah.
Bop.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that.
But it does lend itself nicely to
like,
it lends itself nicely to the aspect of associated products. So
Yes.
you could like you got a printer at home, you could print your own whatever, but this paper is made specifically for like it's perforated or whatever, or you could 3D print like the card, or you could, as long as you could put, I guess, the QR code. It depends on what they determine is like
Yeah.
legal in standard or in competitive play.
But that's the thing. Who's going to host the tournament? Are they going to do? Are they, since they actually are the one making the money from the digital product, they're making the money from the print on demand. Your friend local game store ain't making anything off of it. Who's going to host the tournaments?
I mean, yeah, it's either
Yeah,
that's where the game store's trying to make their money, or you
Yeah.
know,
So
it's just entry fees basically.
right, like it just makes you think like what is the full idea of the model besides just the digital grab?
Yeah, I feel like there's something we're missing from
I do.
from their model.
When I hear the idea, I love it
Mm-hmm.
immediately.
Mhm.
Like I love that idea. I love that you can print it at home. That also opens up a market for like alternate arts. Like since the
Mhm.
QR code is associated with the monster, you can maybe alter the art and print your own
I-
Charmander.
I was about to say,
whatever.
what prevents people from making their own cards with their own codes?
Well, I mean, it'd have to work within their ecosystem,
They have
but
to work within our ecosystem and be able to be acknowledged and accepted by not only the app,
yeah,
but
like you
you
have to. They've got to they've had to have figured out a way. But I guess if it's like an NFT, like
it's everything in essence an NFT that's not an NFT.
sure,
Okay, so
I
what
need
about
to look
this?
into that more.
Let's say you scan the card in,
Mhm.
you redeem your paper copy. Does that paper copy also have a UR code? So you can scan that in too.
But it's still already been picked up with that QR code. The digital material's already been.
Well, that part gets skipped because it's essentially letting like you get one copy of card, you have as many
Yeah.
copies as you want.
So like,
So it doesn't have to
Yeah.
worry about getting your playset because
Okay.
the first time you pull one, now you've got your playset.
Okay.
yeah. So for example, like we have the Avatar Legends starter sets that we're giving away for the Avatar Legends stream that we're doing. The sets come with digital material, like Legends Roleplay, and it literally says digital material included through Nexus. So the digital code associated with this product is what gives you that access to that digital product, just like a regular game key you would for for a video game.
Sure.
That's the licensing for that set of materials.
Hmm.
It'd be, if I had to guess, it's the same way for the TCGs, for altered TCG,
Yeah.
because of how the cards are being identified by the system. So it works the one time with the one product.
But then you also have the problem is like, well, if I open up a box of this and I get two cards that are duplicates, one of them's basically just void, right?
Unless unless they actually have like a different, like, unless it is like you're saying that they are different QR codes.
Yeah,
But-
what we should do? What we
But
should
why
do?
would they be different QR codes? Like, it would have to be the same
For the
QR.
same, right.
We
It
what we
is-
should
it's
do is
weird.
look up the
But that
product.
also should make it to where you're able to scan the card on your phone, and I'm able to scan the same card.
Yeah. So what we're gonna have to do is just look up the product and then actually figure out what they're because we're making. There's a lot of
Let's just
speculation.
email them and
Yeah,
be like,
there's a
hey,
lot of
can you tell us
speculation.
exactly how this works?
Yeah, we'll check out their website and actually.
Well, they raised €6,213,305 for this Kickstarter.
Well, I mean,
They look like it looks like a nice site too.
Yeah, I mean,
Like the product looks nice.
so it looks interesting. I mean, there's starter decks, they got booster packs. Like, yeah, print your cards on demand. Need decks for yourself and your friends? Want to print your cards in foil? Stolen, damaged, or lost cards? Get any card from your digital collection printed brand new and have them delivered to your doorstep in the available language of your choice. So maybe it's just a support system.
Oh, so you're not printing these at home.
No,
That's the part I was missing.
I don't know. It's
So you're still getting it from
The-
their website.
yeah,
And that's where they're able to
yeah.
because that's not going to be free.
no.
Okay,
It
now
says us, yeah.
I'm caught up. I thought you meant go home and print it off on your printer.
Well, that would
No.
be freaking awesome.
No,
That would be
okay.
cool if you could. But it says like, scan an entire booster in a few seconds to add the cards to your digital collection. Easily trade, sell, or buy your cards online. Access and build your decks at any time. Participate in local events with a single click.
Oh,
Discover
okay.
a piece of altered story from each card in your collection. So yeah, it's
So you can have like the valuable in the so it'd be like if you had Black Lotus,
yeah,
but you want to keep it in a safe.
Yep.
Well, you just print like the value is in the digital product, and the card is not the important part. So that's where that market comes. That's a really cool idea. Like you could just print as many Black Lotuses as you want because it's just cardboard.
so you're saying keep the economy digitally instead of.
I'm not saying anything.
Well,
I'm saying
that's what I'm trying to figure out though.
I'm saying that's what they're doing. Whether or not that's a good idea,
Yeah.
it's a cool idea. And on a surface level,
Yeah.
just hearing it without considering being naive,
Yeah.
and not considering the ramifications,
Yeah.
I like the idea. It immediately, I love it.
Because, like, I did too when I first heard of it. I was like, this sounds interesting. I want to see it.
Mhm.
But, like, but again, it comes to the same thing as how is the local going to support having physical products if the
Yeah.
economy's in digital?
It's
And,
yeah.
and that's because like seriously, because if say even then, if the say the digital product crashes or whatever, remember the TCG physical products are what maintain their value. For example, look at Imagination Duel in the physical product.
I think it does. I think that there needs to be some rebalancing as
Yeah.
far as card value and like respecting the spirit of the card, like whatever that means. So like
Too much.
like
the heart of the card.
you
Too
want to
much
play
Yu-Gi-Oh.
you want to play with your card because it's like you want to use the theme of it,
Yeah.
you just enjoy it. But like now, because the card's old, you don't want to touch it or get it out of the case
Right.
because it's so like. I like that it gives you a way to still have that connection to the old product, and I mean the ones you printed off, like I'm well, I don't know. Yeah, I need to look in the product before I have an opinion.
But no, yeah, it's like
I'm speculating.
no, you're good. But speculate. Let's keep this.
So I assume if there's going to be the digital product, they're probably going to have an online version of this game.
I'm sure that's probably essential to
be.
your
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would have to be.
But
because you still want people playing your physical cards in card stores. Well, I guess if you're a card store owner, that's what you want.
Yeah.
And it still allows those avenues to open up. So I like that, it's not just another digital marketplace only.
Right.
Because I think you have to have both. I think you have to have Arena and you have to have physical Friday Night Magic.
Yes.
And I think that you have to develop them both in a way that's sustainable.
No.
I don't like the idea of phasing physical product out because like it just takes a critical piece away. Now, we adapt, we move on, technology, yada yada. I get it. And the nostalgia is important, but sometimes it's a little overrated. I do understand that, but something about a physical connection to a physical item and the fact that it is valuable because it is old, whether that's a comic book or a card or whatever, and then just being able to come around and screw your player base over when you decide I'm going to reprint and make legal again this card that used to be $600 and now it's worth nothing.
I'll make this point and we'll wrap up. Going back to the Black Lotus idea, imagine having your Black Lotus, the one you've printed for this version of Ultra TCG, put away in the safe. Oh, I'm having a hard time. Let's print a couple, like one or two more copies, right on the market.
Yeah, see that.
And then then you get to the point, and then you have people, say you have corporations actually get a hold of this, and then go, cool, we're going to mass produce, 100,000 of these copies. Tank the economy. What drives a TCG economy is the competitive necessity of certain cards. So,
But if you can print on demand any card, I don't feel like any of these cards are going to really sustain value.
yeah, like that's
another thing we don't know is the format of the game and how it's structured.
Yeah, that's true.
It might not. There might not be a thing as duplicates. It might be a format where there's only one. You only have one copy. So I'll definitely going to look into that because that's interesting to me.
check it out. So
I don't need another hobby, but
challenge accepted.
financially, I don't need another hobby. But
Challenge accepted. But guys, awesome. Check out the name of the game.
Yeah.
On YouTube. We're
On
going to do a few more box breaks. Our hope is to get a Patreon launch sometime in March. Honestly, for Artifice Rally, name of the game, and Inner Geekdom. We're hoping to just continue growing this and hoping to do more with it. If you guys have any suggestions for us, please reach out. We're open to ideas. We want to collaborate, so what we can do.
Yeah. If there's any card games you all want us to cover, please let us know so that we can do our research on those. And
So
yeah, we're here for y'all. So let us know. And we appreciate any grace. We're figuring this out.
yes,
We're trying to get all the shots right. We're trying to get the audio where we want it and everything, and even just down to positioning. So we appreciate the grace we're getting there.
Yeah.
And just literally everybody that's pitched in this community. Like, we're not really monetized yet. Like, everybody is pitching in and doing their part. You know what I mean? Like that. It's absolutely unbelievable to me, the community of people that's been built here.
Yeah.
Like,
it's humbling. It's mind
it
blowing.
is. It really is.
And it is. And thank you all
Yeah,
for giving us the opportunity to do this.
absolutely.
And But yeah, that's all you got. We appreciate you guys stopping by for State of the Alley. Stay tuned tonight. Actually, we're supposed to be once we get some of these technical difficulties fixed out, doing a Tiny Tina's Wonderland stream on Art of House Rally. Got a bunch of people jumping on there to just do some crazy things and have fun, and be sure to check in, give them some support, stuff like that. So, but yeah, guys, this is State of the Alley, and thank you so much for putting up with us and giving us the chance to do this.